Hi, welcome back to the channel on the college process. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep, and today we're going to be going over what to do before you go on college tours and open houses. But before we start, if you are new to the channel and looking for additional college content, please subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos do come out. As well as if you do enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as, once again, we are running the James Russo Memorial Scholarship for the class of 21-22, this senior year class. If you want to be eligible for the James Russo Memorial Scholarship, or if you want to help us to keep adding to the scholarship, very simple. Down below in the description is the link to the James Russo Memorial Scholarship. It'll explain all you need to know about applying for the scholarship, as well as helping us here at the channel keep increasing the scholarship funds. As well as also in the description down below, if you want to help out the channel, we do have our Venmo down below in the description, as well as our organization's Buy Us Coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. All that being said, let's jump right into today's video. What to do before you go on college tours and open houses. Now with colleges opening back up again, sophomores and juniors and even freshman families out there are looking to go on campus and start getting a feel of what the schools are like, to see if they want to add these colleges onto their list of applications where they want to apply to, or they want to take them off because it's not what they're looking for in a college setting or college environment or just college in general. Now before these tours start, let's talk about things that you should be doing before you guys go on the tours. Now this is especially important more than ever before because application records are coming in, and application records are not just being broken, they're being smashed by many different colleges. The numbers coming in from the application process for admissions for this year's senior class of 21-22 is just astronomical. Just to give you an example, UCLA this academic year for next year's freshman class received over 150,000 applications for admissions. That's just an astronomical number. In fact, there's multiple schools out there who've received over 100,000 applications just for admissions to freshman year. So it's becoming a lot more competitive. So obviously now doing the college tours, the open houses, and everything else are so much more important than ever before because you want to make sure you have the right college list your student is applying to. Now with that on the table, with that understanding, let's talk about things you guys should be doing before you guys head out to the open houses and college tours. Now there's basically 4 things you guys should be doing before you go on these open houses and college tours at the universities. And I'm going to go through all 4 of them here. First thing you guys need to be doing is before you guys go on the tour is sitting down in front of the computer and doing the school's net price calculators. Now pretty much all the net price calculators are very easy to find. You just go on Google, type in the school's name and then the term net price calculator, and you should be able to get the school's net price calculator pretty easy. Most net price calculators, by the way, are typically either on College Board or they're found on the school's website themselves. Now the reason you guys are doing the net price calculators is twofold. Number one reason you're doing net price calculators is to figure out financially, from a financial point of view, what the colleges are going to be willing to give you guys. How much of a price reduction are we looking at if we start touring these schools? We want to kind of know where we are financially speaking. So that breaks down into 2 different categories, by the way. The school's net price calculators, many of them will show you the grant money they're giving you, i.e. the free money you don't have to pay back based on financial need. And second part, a lot of these colleges through their net price calculators are also showing you guys or providing you guys, based on you providing a little bit of academic information, typically test scores and grades, to the net price calculator. The second part they're giving you, which is also very beneficial for you guys, is they're letting you know if you're scholarship eligible at this point in time. So right off the bat, the first thing you guys are doing before any tours are going to be done is sitting down in front of the computer and starting to fill out the net price calculators for these universities to kind of see where you guys are financially. Based on grants and scholarship money, are we looking to pay a lot of money, all the money, some of the money, or no money? This is what you're trying to figure out first, because nowadays, good, bad, or indifferent, many colleges are in the $70,000, $80,000, and some colleges, believe it or not, this year will be in the $90,000 price tags. So they're getting very expensive. Now the second thing you need to do is figure out where your student is academically speaking. And there's basically 2 ways of doing this. You can either just go back on Google, again, I'll show you guys here. You just go on Google and just type in college acceptance requirements, and any school's name, by the way. So here I'll put in Harvard's college acceptance requirements, and you see it just pulls up a little grid here showing me what GPA, what test scores typically are required for a college like Harvard. You can also utilize these 2 websites here. I do like both of them for figuring out kind of what the school list is going to be like. Is it a reach school, a target school, or a safety school for us based on our academic situation? You can either go to College Simply or College Board. I'll walk you through both of them here. If you go on College Simply, as you can see here, I go on to collegesimply.com. I type in any school's name here in the search bar. Once I click on the link for that specific school, it shows me right at the bat how big the school is and gives me a little bit more information about the college. If you go down a little bit further, as you can see here where it says getting in, it shows you the application acceptance rate as well as the typical GPA of students being accepted, as well as their SAT scores. So this right here is a great place to start. There's other websites, well, in addition to College Simply, I like to utilize to figure out where the student is academically. You can also utilize College Board. Now, I'll plug in a school here. We'll just use Fairfield University. It's a popular school here in the Northeast. Now, what you'll see here is once I pop them in here in the right-hand corner of collegeboard.org, what you see is a list of school information, different links. Typically, when you click on the first link, it should say the school's name. That's the link you guys want to go to. So I'll click on that link, and you can see here they provide a profile as well for Fairfield University. We'll go a little bit lower here. You see here a couple of different links here on the specific profile. Right next to About, we'll click on the admissions, and right there under admissions summary, it's going to show you the typical acceptance rate for this university, the average SAT mean score they usually have coming in, as well as to give you, by the numbers down here, the average GPA, the amount of students accepted based on their GPAs. So obviously here, for the second component, you can either use either one of these two websites, collegeboard.org or collegesimply.com. By the way, both links are down below in the description. I have them both down there for you guys to figure out where you guys are academically. Because the reason you're doing this is, before you're going on the college tour, you're trying to figure out, is this a safety school, kind of like a guaranteed in? Are we in the target situation where it's a 50-50 chance of us getting in, pretty good chance of getting in, but not guaranteed? Or we are looking at reach schools, which typically for me break into two categories of reach schools. Reach schools that are somewhat attainable, and reach schools which are basically impossible. So you're trying to figure out, where do we fall into these categories? And now the third thing you guys want to do is you want to contact the school before the open house, the college fair, and ask them, can we sit down with a financial aid officer? Can we sit down with an admissions officer? And this is a very key, important thing you want to do. And the number one reason you're doing this is because of the fact that you want to inform your student. And let me explain to you what I mean by inform your student. You want to sit down with the admissions officer to have them specifically say to your student, based on your academics, you guys are in or you're out as of right now. Because hearing it from you as a parent, they probably aren't going to listen in some cases. Just the way it is, good, bad, or different with teenagers. But hearing it directly from the admissions office, knowing they have to take more higher level courses, or they have to have a higher test score, or they have more community service or volunteer or leadership that needs to be on their application, that helps them kind of guide them, knowing that maybe the school is not attainable, maybe we should move on to a different school, or things they need to do in junior year or senior year, or even if you're doing this very early, sophomore year, they need to do to attain acceptance to this college. So having that admissions officer with you there, telling your student after you've already done the research, basically this is what you need to do, that's a key component. Also, sitting down with the admissions officer allows you as a parent, as well as a student, to know, are we scholarship eligible? So this is one of the keys. You also want to figure out, can we sit down with a financial aid officer? Because you want to sit down with them and also have your student hear the numbers as well. If you know that school is not going to give you any money, and you know you need financial assistance, you want not just yourself telling your student, we've done the net price calculator, we need you to understand these are the cost factors, but also having the college tell them this is a big deal, because they start kind of realizing the reality yet maybe it's not an affordable college for us, or maybe it is an affordable college for us as long as you do academically well enough to get us to that scholarship level. So you want to sit down with admissions and financial aid with your student so they hear all of it, by the way. And then the last thing you want to do, the fourth thing you want to do before you guys go on the open houses and college tours, is you want to have the talk with your student. And what I mean is the talk with your student, I mean the financial talk with your student. If you've done all the numbers, if you've done all the equations, if you've done all the net price calculators, if you've talked to other people, if you've done everything you can to inform yourself about scholarship opportunities at the college, financial aid opportunities and grants at the college, and you know that college is still unattainable financially, you have to tell your student that. You have to sit down with them and say, based on our situation, you have siblings, or based on our situation, we don't make enough, or based on our situation, we don't think it's reasonable for you to go out and spend $200,000 for an education if you don't know what you want to do. These are the conversations you have to have with your student. You can no longer look at your student when you're looking at the college path here of what you guys are trying to do as a child. They are no longer a child here. Whenever you're dealing with numbers in the hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 4-year time frame, you have to speak to them as an adult. You have to explain to them, if you go into $100,000 in debt, if you go into $200,000 in debt, this is what's going to happen. This is how much you have to pay each month for the next 10 years. You have to have these specific conversations, by the way, before they go to the college, not when they go there. Because if you have all these conversations, you do all these things beforehand, you're basically allowing yourself as the parent and the student to be informed about what's going to happen. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've done a bunch of different open houses and college fairs. I've worked for a bunch of different colleges. They're always the same thing. They're amazing. They do everything they can to show you the best opportunities here at these colleges, the best career opportunities, the best internships, the most amazing sports programs, the best social life, and so on and so forth, basically. But the reason you want to be informed beforehand is you don't get jaded. You don't get lost in the whole, basically, dream idea of sending your student out there, or specifically the teenager idea of it, of going out there and living a whole life as far as they're concerned, and basically living their dream. When in reality, in some cases, you're mortgaging their 20s and 30s for them to live on campus and have this dream, which may not be attainable financially speaking or academically speaking. This is why you're doing these 4 things right here. These 4 things here are key to do before the open houses and college fairs, before you guys go there, because almost every open house and college fair is going to be amazing, no matter what school you go to. I'm just saying this from experience, from myself doing it, and myself going on and seeing other colleges, open houses, and college fairs. It's amazing the things they put out there. And with all that being said, if you did enjoy today's video, please leave us a like. It does help the channel. As well as if you're looking for more college content, please hit the subscription button down below. It will notify you when new videos come out. As well as if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I do answer any comments or questions you guys leave down below in the comment section. As well as, once again, we are running the James Russo Memorial Scholarship for the class of 21-22, this senior year class. If you want to be eligible for the James Russo Memorial Scholarship, or if you want to help us to keep adding to the scholarship, very simple. Down below in the description is the link to the James Russo Memorial Scholarship. It'll explain all you need to know about applying for the scholarship, as well as helping us here at the channel keep increasing the scholarship funds. As well as also in the description down below, if you want to help out the channel, we do have our Venmo down below in the description, as well as our organization's Buy Us a Coffee, if you want to help support the channel, allowing us to keep making these college videos for you guys out there. And all of that being said, thank you for watching today's video. On the screen is our contact information. If you have any questions, if you need any help in the financial aid forms, the financial aid process, or the admissions process whatsoever, on the screen is my cell phone number. You can either call or send me a text message, as well as you can also email us here at the organization. That's our email for the organization here at Principia Prep. And other than that, thank you for watching today's video. Once again, I'm Ed from Principia Prep.